Welcome to Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host, Tay.
For sure. Today, we're kind of going to do things a little different. So, today we'll be reacting to some videos about some pro athletes and some situations they went through as far as their weight and stuff. Williamson, Luka Doncic. His name is
Doncic.
Okay, say it again. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about him. Then we're gonna talk about Luka when he got traded from Dallas, and then we'll talk about for the women. We'll discuss this feud that has been going on with the social media, the fans when it comes to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Just a little switch up,
Yeah, change of pace just to kind of see what we feel about this in a way for us to discuss current events. I think one important thing right now is the transformation of Zion, which is a big thing. So first video is this.
Defense never stopped. What does that say about this team?
It showed the direction we want to go in. Coach, beginning of the game, first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter, it was don't let up. Because if you look at all the teams in the playoffs and deep playoff runs, they never let up.
It has been falling so well for the Pelicans as of late. Coach encouraged y'all to shoot more. What's been the key to successful threes? Not just shooting it, but made attempts.
Good ball movement, paint touches, and, when everybody loads up, you got to kick it out.
Devontae Graham, speaking of the three ball, man, he was on fire again tonight. What does that do for starters to know you have a group behind you like that?
It keeps the energy going. When your second group come in and they bring that kind of energy, you can't help but feed off it.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Give us a little glimpse into what Zion Williamson's Thanksgiving looks like.
Just spending some time with my mom, stepdad, my friends, and get on the plane to go into Memphis.
What's your favorite dish?
He try to set me up. And no matter what answer I give, social media gonna clown me.
She asked him a simple question, a question that nobody would think may trigger somebody or may make somebody uncomfortable or may have him questioning if social media was going to eat him alive, because somebody asked him for Thanksgiving, a day that most athletes eat. So my main question where we're going with the conversation is how can the thoughts of your body image and stuff as an athlete, how can that impact your mental health?
It is a very, very simple question. But you can see, if you watch his body, he kind of stood tall when she asked him that. You can tell he got defensive because that's been on his, you can tell it's on his mental because, we've been killing him in the media already prior to that. So just, like you said, you gonna have social media killing me. Boy can't even tell you what his favorite dish for Thanksgiving. So that can kill your confidence because what people think and how I look today. So I really feel bad for him because, you know what I'm saying? Even enjoy boy can't enjoy a meal because we gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying?
So just to piggyback off of what you said, do you feel like she should have been aware of that question? Do you feel like maybe I'm tripping? Maybe she asked it on purpose.
She could have really just been like, what's your favorite dish? Just trying to possibly relate to him. But like you said, they've been killing him in the media just because of his weight. I feel like she should have, if you gonna ask him that off camera. Keep it basketball related. And at the time, bad question. You know what I'm saying? That was time bad question.
Okay, so moving forward in the next video that we'll watch, this media personality isn't as hip to mental health. Okay, so who you think I'm talking about?
The one and only Stephen A.
The one and only.
I try to be understanding everybody. Stephen A. does get paid too. do we do.
Yeah, he
And
get paid.
he's one of the best to do it. So,
I agree. But we
but
gonna just watch
yeah,
and see if this is what he got paid for, or if this is kind of too far. We just gonna
Stephen A.
see.
So who knows?
Zion Williamson, he looks fat. He looks fat. My brother, you've been in the news for some other stuff. Your proclivities and who you want to mess with and all that other stuff is your business. We ain't got to get into all of that, but this is necessary. Zion Williamson went to the free throw line the other day en route while LeBron James had dropped 30 in 3 quarters and had completely dominated and looked in peak physical condition and looked like an absolute stud and superstar and marquee. Zion Williamson, who's more than 15 years younger, but 40 pounds heavier, went to the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw a belly. A belly. Like when he took a deep breath, his belly bounced. That kind of belly. I mean, what's up, Zion? And bad enough you got your ass kicked, losing by 44 points in a playing semifinal. Did nothing to lead and galvanize your team. Did nothing to show the man-child that you are and to take over. But you look like you showed up to the game having just ate a buffet. Not something from the buffet. I said the buffet. Like you ate the table. It didn't surprise. I wasn't going to touch on this because I was embarrassed for him. But then Sports Illustrated wrote about it, and the New Orleans Times-Picayune local newspaper wrote about it, so it's public information. He's fat in basketball parlance. Not fat, because some of you out there, y'all give authentic meaning to fat. You know who you are.
He said y'all
He's
give
not that
authentic
kind
meaning
of
to
fat.
fat.
But for a professional basketball player who's 6'6", who the franchise is relying upon, there's a reason that when LeBron James was running and leading fast breaks, Zion was just standing back there. He didn't even try to run back on defense because he was huffing and puffing. That's why. That's why. I mean, come on, bro. He looked like he ate the buffet. I saw him literally inhale, take a deep breath at the free throw line, and I saw a belly. Like Austin Powers, fat bastard, like, get in my belly. That's what I saw from a distance. Come on, man. You know, I wish that I had a scintilla, a speck of your talent. Okay? You're a bad brother. You could play, man. You could be a dominant force in this game. You don't have the conditioning. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know they got a weight clause in this contract. They got to. He got to be violating that. So he's addicted to food. It's got to be. I'm speculating, but it's got to be. It's got to be that. When you walk around like that, we 20-plus games into the season, and the brother got a belly. That means off-season, training camp, preseason, and a quarter into the regular season. You still got a belly. Gary Brecker, 10X Health, my man, you need to get in touch with this brother. You need to get in touch with this brother. We got to work on him. You know, Gary Brecker helped me. Got mad love for him. Gary Brecker helped me. He need to help you. He need to help you. I ain't getting paid to play basketball. You are. I'm getting paid to talk about it. But Zion Williamson, in basketball parlance, is fat. It's got to change. It's got to change.
Was he doing his job, bro? It's several points in there that we can go back to that I think was too far. Let's start off top. He said he didn't just go to the buffet. He didn't just eat at the buffet. My boy said he ate the buffet, as in like the restaurant. But when it comes to Zion, though, how do you think that affects him? Is he doing his job, bro? Is he going too far?
And the normal people, but if Stephen A is still stuck on that old lens, so he gonna say, I watched Jordan, I watched Kobe, I watched Iverson, I watched all these guys play through injury. Yes, he did go too far. That's not his job. Stephen A, his job is to take it too far.
Okay, thing is this though, like you said, like they want that the clickbait. For most people, they want something out the way wild to stimulate their mind. And mental health ain't really no mind stimulating thing. It's quite the opposite. Kind of settle your mind. But I say that when it comes to you saying that's his job is to say the stuff to rile the people up, it's not fair to the people that it affects.
That's true. That is very true. But it is, cause like this Stephen A.
I'm glad you repeated that because it made me want to come back to a question. And it's not just for you. This may get deeper than just our podcast. I don't know. We tend to give excuses and defend such behavior. When you said Zion ate the buffet, he had a belly at the free throw line. If that didn't get the people going, if the people were turned off by that, like he's a person.
Our generation, I don't. Most people love, toxicity. Man. They fiend for negativity. I ain't gonna lie, but I try to stay away from it as much as possible. But that's our generation's biggest problem. We fiend for negativity. Tearing folks down and instead of building folks up. Like I said before. Well, he did go too far. And like you said, we do tend to defend certain people and because they have this status, this, that, and third. I'm a victim of it. You know what I'm saying? But Zion does have a job to do. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that did weigh on his mental health because, like you seen in the video, like his body tensed up because he know like they finna kill me, whatever I say. But yeah, I don't know.
And one thing I want you to speak on because you more the ESPN type of guy. So my question is, he mentioned a weight clause in his contract, which me personally, I never thought of. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't know that was a thing. Like, you can put that in there. My question is, what's a weight clause and how that affect him?
Yeah, his contract year. You on the last year of your deal. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that. I ain't gonna say that's the main reason, but that's definitely a motivation for you because you ain't finna be making.
I ain't gonna lie, that would I ain't been motivated. That would motivate me today.
This last year, that $28 million deal, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's prove it time. And like for a fan, like we want to see Zion at his best because he is a ticket seller. The brother's good. We want to see you at your best. But I give him his flowers. He did lose that weight, but like I said, it's contract year. And you know what I'm saying? So he's eligible for a Supermax. His deal can get up to probably 285, 305, somewhere in there.
But he done got down about that like 260 something.
But to get that money, you got to make All NBA. Make All NBA, you have to play.
And you gotta be in shape to do both of them. You gotta be in shape to play and make All NBA.
And man has the natural talent to do that every season.
Yeah, he does. It's not that he don't got the natural talent. Even with him mentioning, he gotta be addicted to food. You know, he may be just because you don't know what that man going through. You don't know. And again, people forget about all this dirty in social media about him anyway. So you gotta think about that too. So I'm battling with a lot of stuff you don't know. And we just discussed how much an injury can be on you. He going through the injury, going through the other stuff that's in the media, going through the weight gain.
He definitely went too far.
Yeah.
But Zion, man, go get your money. Go get your money, cuz.
Okay, so another guy we're gonna talk about that dealt with some weight gain issues, Luka. So Luka, he kind of got up there a little bit, and people noticed that, and they were questioning, same thing, his ability, his want to, and he was dealing with a lot too. Well, his weight, he also came off an injury too.
But
Came to his.
But this is different between Zion and Luka. When Luka gonna play, Luka took his team to the finals weighing whatever they said he weighed. That's the difference. I mean, so you really can't criticize Luka on his weight because the man still played and was giving your favorite players a.
But people still criticize him, though. People would still say, even though he did this, it would be, oh, what his stats would look like if he weighed this. They're still kind of critiquing. But I was looking up some stuff, and the thing is about me, and this is just me. When it came to this interview we're about to look at, my issue was like, why my weight got to be the first thing? You look like you've lost some weight.
I mean, that's like you said, clickbait. So, but like I said, he was giving y'all favorite players that, hey, mine included.
I knew there were lyrics to that song. The superstar Luka Doncic with his spin on one of our favorite songs around here, Round Ball Rock by John Tesh.
And aside from his musical ability, Luka is building quite the impressive basketball resume. He's a EuroLeague champion, former NBA Rookie of the Year, a 5-time NBA All-Star, and he's only 26 years old.
One of the faces of the NBA this morning, Luka Doncic, taking a break from the busy offseason. He's making his Today Show debut. That's true. Never done a morning show.
Thank you.
So, Luka, first of all, before we dig into the offseason and the Lakers, we got to talk about this transformation because I want to show folks at home. I want to show folks this is old Luka. Here's a picture of Luka from, I don't know, a couple years ago. That's you on the left. And then
That's a couple months ago.
That's 3 months ago. Right side, this is a photo from one of your workouts.
Wow.
You said this offseason was different from you. Why?
I would say me and my team just try some new things, different food, different practices. I actually gave up playing basketball for 1 month, which I never done in my life. So it was kind of challenging, but it was awfully good.
Why did you give up basketball for 1 month?
This time mentally, basketball I've been playing my whole life, so I won't forget how to play basketball in 1 month. So we try other sports to try, so I think it was a good thing.
You felt like you needed to step away from the game in order to focus on the fitness aspect of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was just diet and exercise.
Yeah.
No Ozempic, none of those shots or anything. There had been some who criticized you in the past for being out of shape. You probably heard some of that. How much of this was about that? Trying to say, yeah, whoa, guys.
I mean, honestly, I tried to not read much, just trying to focus. I mean, I think I was still a pretty good basketball player back then, no matter what people say. I think it was a next step in my career. At the end, I'm still 26, and I got a long way to go. So that was a good step in my career.
I've got to ask you on Saturday, you've got for folks who follow basketball, big decision on Saturday around 12:01, whether you sign that big contract extension. Any message for fans?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so that's a big platform. And, even for me personally, even with me losing weight, I don't really like to revisit pictures of when I was bigger. And I sure enough don't want you to sit here and smack it on the screen. So, what you think about that? You think about the first thing you asked me is about my weight.
They didn't even say good morning. Before you jump right into that, I'm finna talk much. He bogus as heck. You know what I'm saying?
And it's one thing for it to be like Stephen A or something like that. Stephen A is kind of like sports affiliated morning show. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping as an athlete to talk about my athletics. And then you got the nerve, bro. Then you got the nerve to sit here and say, it ain't no Ozempic, is it? You know, y'all can get Ozempic. Bro, come on, bro.
Now I see what you're saying. Like, we be giving Steven the pass and stuff. So I give it, yeah. You tied that in without you even, yeah, for sure. But it's different though with Stephen A because Stephen A been around the game for so long. So,
All right. Run me Stephen A stats. Cause you know, we've also discussed.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So, and like he said himself, if I could hold water to you, we bringing up his weight because of the weight clause. Got to be a certain weight. You ain't got to sit here and say my boy eating up the whole buffet. You ain't got to sit here. You know what I'm saying? The weight.
And what y'all, if y'all not understanding what Jada's saying basically all she's saying is keep it strictly basketball. That's it. You don't know what he dealing with mentally. Quit going, as we always say, quit dehumanizing him just because you know they are. Just keep it strictly hoops, man.
And you know, one thing I noticed in both of the videos, like how uncomfortable they were. And the thing is, due to them being professionals, they got to be professional and answer if you get Zion's interview for the preseason, and they kept asking how did you get to where you at right now? Like, what was different, which I would prefer you to tiptoe around it than just say, hey bro, you was fat and now you ain't fat. So how you get unfat? That was the interview. And imagine going into the interview, you got to know that's finna be the interview.
That's the trending topic. Zion and Luka, they not from the South. They don't know how we cook down here. You get big down here. So, hey.
Yeah, man, they playing in Texas, playing in Louisiana, but that's, you do gotta take that into account, like where they play at, cooking and eating.
We gonna eat. It's
Yeah.
gonna be seasoned. High blood pressure, high cholesterol,
Yeah.
diabetes. We like flavor down here, so
Yeah.
I always took that into account. I was like, hey, Luka ain't been to Dallas in 8 years. New Orleans? Man.
Hey,
they burnt out on the topic. They over it. Yes, I lost my weight. I lost weight. Now y'all just it's a lose-lose situation. So I definitely be probably wouldn't even want to hoop no more.
And that's another thing Luka mentioned. He was like, during his journey to lose weight, he said he quit playing basketball a whole month. But the thing, if you allow yourself as a human being to see these people as humans and even take just 1 second to ask yourself that, like, what was he thinking at the time? Because imagine if it was you. Imagine you wake up, bloop, you turn your TV on. You know what I'm saying? And all they saying is, you ate the whole buffet last night. You went in there and you ate the wood on the table and everything. How you gonna feel?
Like I always say, quit dehumanizing these celebrities, whatever y'all want to call them, athletes. They all human at the end of the day. They go through things and respect it and understand that.
And so next we discuss trades as fans, but when you get down to like the emotional aspect of trades, it can suck. Like, we know as Boston fans, the IT trade was a big thing for us emotionally. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if it was emotional for us as fans, it was emotional for him as the guy going through the trade. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to watch a clip on Luka when he got traded from Dallas.
I say both sides are my good side. Yeah, I thought I would show you the souvenir from that night.
Oh, yeah.
You hang up the phone the night you're traded and you threw it.
Yes.
Do you have that phone?
Yeah.
You still use that phone?
Yeah. Works.
LA, does that still sound a little bit weird to you?
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, you're getting used to it. I'm getting used to saying it, but every once in a while, I still have to sort of catch myself. Luka, let's go back. Let's go back to the night that you were traded. And I know I was at dinner and I looked down at my phone and I saw the
the alert from Shams, and I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. I was shocked. I can imagine if that's how I felt. Can you just take me through what you did that night, what happened leading up to it, and then the moment that you found out?
Well, I was actually in the bed, my TV wasn't working, so I was on iPad watching a movie, about to go to sleep. So LB called me and, said that, and I saw it on iPad. Probably if I wasn't on iPad, I wouldn't see it. She called me, and first thing I said, like probably 3 times, this April 1st. And I was in shock. I basically didn't do nothing that night, just sitting on the couch and just getting my mind through it.
Did you talk to anybody?
Honestly, I don't really remember. I talked to somebody, but just sitting on the couch, just doing nothing.
What were you feeling?
Sadness, mostly. I was still in shock. I felt like my heart was broken, honestly.
And then you get here, and there's a whole whirlwind that happens, but you guys start gelling on the court very quickly. And then through sort of a quirk in the schedule, you still had the game where you're scheduled to return to Dallas. It was still on the schedule there. The night you returned to Dallas, it was on the second night of a back-to-back, and it was a really emotionally charged time. You were ejected at Oklahoma City. The league obviously rescinded that technical foul. But on that plane ride from OKC to Dallas, what were you thinking?
I was actually excited, I still have the house in Dallas, so I can sleep in my own bed. And, I still have a lot of great people in Dallas, people I hang out for 6 years. And I know I was going to see them that night, so I was excited.
When did you first watch the tribute video? Did you get a chance to see it before? Oftentimes players are offered that opportunity.
No, I didn't see it before. It was the first time I saw it on the Jumbotron.
Did you think that you might be emotional when you were thinking about that moment, what that could be like for you? Did you have any indication that that's how it was going to be?
I was trying not to be.
You said the moment that you started to cry was when you saw that shot that you made over Rudy Gobert in the Western Conference Finals. Why was that the moment that made you tear up?
Well, I would say just the chemistry we had with that team. Everybody had each other's back. We were rolling. We were always the underdog in this series, and we came through. And it was just, I don't know how to explain. It was special moments. It was just fun, obviously fun, but just on the court, we were all connected.
Did it feel like you were watching sort of the last successful moments together too? Did it feel sort of like an ending of sorts?
Yeah, definitely. We made it to the finals. It's very hard to make it.
So, my reason for that video and just us, watching and having this discussion, how much can those career changes as far as trades affect these players mentally? Had you ever seen that video? I watched it. First off, when the manager brought the phone, I was like, oh, man. Because I done had my moments. I done threw something, broke something. And just him kind of getting into deeper that moment when he watched the video on the Jumbotron. And, imagine that. He never thought about having to sit there and watch the tribute video. How much do you think these changes affect the players?
A lot. In the way he got traded. Get out to the finals. Yeah, we came up short. But I just took y'all to the finals. I feel like he processed it like when I tore my knee. And I done gave you everything. I was this close to giving you everything. And you turn your back on me?
Hey, so, just to speak on that too, do you think that Nico deserved the bash he got after Luka got traded?
I get it from Dallas fans' perspective because that's Luka. But y'all did not get no screw up. Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Cooper Flag. And your team is well rounded out. Like I said, I understand why they bash Nico. I get it. That's Luka. His family received death threats. Because of a trade.
Because of a trade, you know what I'm saying? So from this one trade with Luka where he has a moment from hearing a trade and having an emotional moment where he throw his phone and he said he can't even remember. That's trauma. He can't remember what really happened in that moment. Then a trickle effect from that. Then you got Luka over here trying to move on, but you're not really letting him. a whole mental ripple effect of trauma from this trade.
Very, very shocked, like the world was really. I think it plays a very big part on their mental because, especially for Luka, he was, you know what I'm saying? He was Dallas. I just took y'all to the final. I was hurt.
Yeah, that's what he was discussing. Like, cause that's my thing. If I'm Luka, like he said, watching that part where I made that shot, cause it's like, bro, I ain't do y'all dirty. You know what I mean? But so now, when it comes to comparison being the thief of joy, because that's the thing that they was comparing how Luka was playing when he was bigger. Same thing about comparing Zion when he was bigger. We're gonna watch some videos. So a big thing when it comes to the WNBA, let's back up. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, that comparison.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
Listen, man, and again, I will emphasize this every day of the week, twice on Sunday. I love my people. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary, because everybody's trying to make this about a, come on, black man, protect the sisters, brother. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese. Stop it. Stop it. There's a dude on the internet who cracks me up on TikTok. He's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses. Bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It's like people go, well, you know, she averages the league in most rebounds and double-doubles. It's like, listen, if you throw up 85 attempts, you're eventually going to get one or two. But the fact that you have to throw the ball up 85 times is ridiculous. Listen, if you crawl on your stomach long enough, you'll reach your destination. And she's crawling on her stomach to get to her journey. And she gets there, but it's a slow crawl.
Okay.
Everything ain't racial, man. Stop trying to make it racial. It's about sports ability. And she's garbage.
All right, so my boy said she garbage. She garbage.
You ain't gotta explain
Compared to
nothing else.
Caitlin Clark, that's a reminiscence of Steph Curry.
You just trying to stay relevant, be funny, do in your lane. When it comes to sports, like,
But in his defense, though, he ain't the only one.
I know,
You know what I mean?
but for great at his field. But brother me built like a koala bear. And now I'm really being hypocritical up here trying to, I shouldn't be shaming that man, but hey, it's the honest truth.
But in a nice, I do get what you're saying. Like, you're not at the peak physical shape like she is. You're not out here doing what she's doing. Like, ain't nothing about you, Mr. Spears, that can hold water to Angel Reese at all. And then, again, you are on Vlad TV, bro. You know what I'm saying?
She trending.
Speaking of her trending, while I was doing my research, so what they be saying is, they feel like they should get a lot of her own rebounds. So they started calling them me-bounds. She's stuffing her stats. Trademarked it.
Hey.
She went on and trademarked it. So just know, I'm just saying, if you really hate Angel Reese, if you catch this episode and you hate her, don't use me bounce. So if you think you super original, don't use it no more, because every time you do, you just put money in her pocket. So, bro, when it comes to that comparison, like, how much of the race card do you think plays into the comparison and the double standard between the two?
I mean, that's really what to me, that's what the comparison is all about. They played in the national championship game. Angel did the finger thing, and it really what sparked all of the comparison between they
And
play.
my thing is, bro, I'm cut you out, but you got me riled up. When it comes to Angel celebrating the way she did, number one, several people do stuff like that. Number two, Caitlyn ain't kittens and rainbows. Cameraman panning in on her daddy, telling her to calm down and stop reacting. Been several issues within the league after her graduating college. Why are we overlooking that?
The reason why Angel doesn't get overlooked, because she's unapologetic about hers. And Angel don't give a what y'all think about her. Because guess what? The more y'all talk about her, the more her pockets get fat. Y'all ain't getting me bounds money.
Hey, bro, she made more off of me bounce than she made off her contract.
Angel don't care. Keep talking about her.
And then on top of that, like people criticize her and say, oh, she focused too much on the stuff she do, like as far as endorsements and stuff outside of basketball, that she is basketball.
Ain't the W in the lockout?
And we questioning contracts right now. Why would I not make sure I got a plan B?
To the media, Angel's biggest problem is she's unapologetic for one. People forget where she's from. If you know, you know. Angel plays like a dude. Her mannerisms come off as, she's very aggressive. And that, they try to put it on, she was raised in the hood, yada, yada, yada. No, she a product of her environment. Just like everybody else, all products of our environment.
And if we comparing that to with Caitlyn, move a certain way and go about social media and stuff her way, and the way she's kind of more passive aggressive, people that have her upbringing tend to be more passive aggressive. Then that's what's accepted in society and sports, compared to Angel being unapologetically her, which should be accepted because I'm gonna be me. Don't got nothing to do with you. If I go out here on the floor and I do what I'm supposed to do, what I do with my life as a human being has nothing to do with you. But just to wrap up, I think that's the main thing. The main thing is, like you always say, keep the main thing the main thing. Remember that these athletes are humans. Everyone that we talked about in this episode, even with the younger ones, they are humans. And when you're a fan or you're working in social media or whatever it is, you gotta remember that, bro, too. You want us to remember when it come to you.
And to my Angel Reese's, my Russell Westbrooks, my Kevin Garnett's, my DeMarcus Cousins, people with those personalities, keep being you. Don't let nobody tell you that's unacceptable. It's just passionate, and it come off in a very raw way.
Yeah, because
and to you players, man, I got love and respect for y'all because y'all are very passionate, and you wear your emotions on your sleeve. Continue to be you at the end of the day.
And that can be deemed as a negative thing. That's not no negative thing. It ain't no negative thing at all. Be true to you. If that's what make you go out there and play your best game, if when you out there and you got your emotions on your sleeves, and maybe they on your sleeves because they pouring out your body. So if that's what you need to do, you do that.
Therapy.
Yeah.
And to those players, they don't talk. They're not going to let no one know how you feel. But when you watch them play, they going to let you know everything they done been through that week, the week before. And like I always say, continue to be you, man.
So I got a question for you to wrap this thing up. Can we shift the conversation towards sympathy, empathy, understanding, patience, good perspectives? How can we do that as fans and people within the social media?
It's not going to happen overnight. Like I always say, don't dehumanize them just because their life is broadcasted. They deal with the same things that you deal with. And just remember that they are human. Stop dehumanizing them just because we get to see what they go through. Like, Luka got his whole life uprooted just like that. No warning, no nothing. Just imagine you done built a foundation here, and I just put it in life perspective. I just got this big promotion. I just landed this big deal for my company and all this. And then you like, nah, we're going to send you to this new branch. I just got you this big deal and you just going to ship me out like that?
And when you ship me out, I'm not getting the same title. I'm getting shipped out to another man's store, to another man's office. Because that office in L.A. was not his. He was the king of Dallas.
I built it, just got this big deal for you, and you ship me to another man, and I got to be under him? Oh, nah, I've been the guy since I walked in this mud.
But, yeah, man, like we say, bro, don't dehumanize them. Put yourself in their shoes. Before we go, I want to give some shout outs here. Number one, to my dad. Number one, the video y'all saw before this, you'll see some differences. He helped us make sure that happened. Top of that, he made sure we got some legalities in straight for some episodes coming up that we didn't even think about. We ain't thinking about nothing like that, and he made us think about that. So I want to say thank you to him for that. I want to say thank you to my co-host, me begging him to be my co-host and him actually agreeing. Without him, I don't think I would ever jump back in and kept doing this. So I also want to say thank you to him. So those are my two shout outs that I got.
Appreciate you. I want to give out a shout out to my support, know who you are, mainly my cousin Wendell. Appreciate you. You've been tuned in. Devon, Jerika, the whole shebang. But I want to give a special shout out to my host, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I sit up here and talk. Jada do all the editing, come up with what we gonna go through. She spends a lot of time to make sure this looks good for y'all. She critiques herself a little too much. I want to give her your flowers, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is the number one option, my go-to score, and I'm proud of you. Keep going, doing what you're doing.
So if you getting something from these episodes, we hope that it helps you when it comes to your everyday life, and we hope that it helps you when it comes to you being a fan of these athletes, because bro, it'll bring you peace of mind when there's life that ain't yours too. So we are reaching you with some good words, some good messages,
Laughs here, you know what I'm saying?
but some real isms.
Quit stealing my shit.
If you watching and you make your way to the end, we got some good stuff coming for fans. We got some incentives, some rewards coming. If you interact with us, we got some free gear, some way to, put some input on the show, like get some shout outs, all type of stuff like that.
Just keep watching. And when we figure it out, guess what? If it ain't on here, it's going to be in the show.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming, man. We got a lot of stuff coming. But again, we thank you for joining us here on the podcast where we put those sports with that mental health and we make them intersect. Which one is that?
They got a co-host named Tay.
For sure.
And a host named Rich, but it's on Hoops and Headspace.
Hoops and Headspace. Thank you for joining us here on Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health, sports intersect. That's the one.
That's it. You know who that is?
But we thank you. We'll see you next time.
We out of here.
For sure.